inclusivity in the workplace is incredibly important. And our goal today really is to do a deep dive into this conversation. What are the 5 tips of creating this inclusive workplace? So our first tip is really about collaboratively building systems for team communication. Second, you're going to see this idea of creating space to identify and discuss biases. Third, highlighting collective expertise. 4, about being big and loud about team victories and self-victories. And then finally, developing that people-first practices.
Invite, inform, and inquire. I think these 3 steps really push us to a more inclusive workplace and a more inclusive culture overall. When I'm thinking about why inclusion matters on teams, it is because we know that teams that are considered to be a lot more inclusive are twice as likely to meet or exceed their financial targets. They're 3 times as likely to be rated as high performing, and then 6 times more likely to be considered innovative and agile. And so we know that these are like premium ingredients that has to be a part of any inclusive strategy.
One thing that I really love about our team here is that we listen to feedback often and we look at data often. And so one of the pieces of data that we saw a lot of, for example, working parents dropping off in our process. So we really had a moment of bringing more people in and having hard conversations and specifically addressing our own biases and our own perspectives, and changed our interview process to make it shorter, to make it fewer rounds, to ask less of people as they were moving through, and rethought all of the information that we thought we needed. Diverse teams build diverse teams, right? When you're bringing in more people that are coming from different backgrounds, have different experiences, have different perspectives, they tend to challenge the way that things are and ask the hard questions and engage in those discussions that only help to bring in more people.
And so when I think about collaborative strategies, I think about the fact that I had to push myself as a leader out of that comfort zone of not delegating. Ultimately, I realized I could easily just create a working group, right? And really let them take full ownership over the planning and execution of technical upskilling for our team. Was transformational for not only the dynamics, but also an opportunity for folks to really step up as leaders, right? And own something that could contribute to the overall development and growth of our team. You cultivate such a culture and a team that it allows people to really discover their lane. And so when you create an environment where you're highlighting best practices, or instead of answering the questions, you're directing team members to other team members who have a specific expertise, you are also creating that space for them to really develop in their lane and potentially pursue opportunities.
I think what a truly inclusive team culture really looks like, if you want to be successful and drive together and pull in the same direction, is you need to build up an environment and a culture and a space where everyone can be open, can contribute, can discuss. We can win, we can succeed. That's all fantastic. But when I'm going to be big and loud about my victories, I need to be speaking the same language as everyone. Otherwise, I may as well be out in the hills somewhere just screaming into the distance. When you're being big and loud about your successes, the obstacle that you're going to have is converting that into a language for the person you're trying to talk to. You really need to sit down and think, what does this person care about? What does this person do? Who is this person? How can I leverage, but also make the most of the relationship that I have with this person? Because otherwise, I mean, they have no reason to pay attention to how amazing you are.
Every interaction is an opportunity for us to build in inclusion. Really consider the person that you are working with, what matters to them, who they are. Get a little personal here. Also, just think about, how do I walk alongside you on your professional journey and support you?